Seat belt injuries. All drivers and passengers should wear seat belts at all times in Colorado. Seat belts are a critical safety device that prevents catastrophic injuries or even death. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, more than 15,000 people survive otherwise fatal car accidents due to wearing a seatbelt each year. Although seat belts prevent fatal injuries, they can also cause bodily injuries. What injuries can a seatbelt cause? Seat belts can cause many types of injuries, including spinal cord injuries, abrasions and bruising, chest, rib and sternum injuries, lung injuries, damage or movement to breast implants, collarbone fractures, abdominal injuries to the abdominal wall or internal organs, back and shoulder injuries, nerve damage, whiplash and other neck injuries. Seat belt injuries can be severe or even fatal. Internal organ damage caused by a seat belt could be fatal. Seat belt syndrome. One common type is called seat belt syndrome, which refers to injuries sustained from the seat belt itself. Seat belt syndrome can be caused by a number of factors, including improper seat belt use, faulty seat belts, or a seat belt that is too tight or too loose. Seat belt entrapment. This occurs when an occupant is trapped in their seat belt and cannot escape from the vehicle in the event of a fire or other emergency. Seat belt entrapment can be caused by a variety of factors, including a seat belt that is stuck or damaged, or a seat belt that is not properly secured or adjusted. Can seat belts cause whiplash? Seat belts can also cause or contribute to other types of injuries, such as neck and spine injuries. These types of injuries can be caused by the force of the seat belt against the body during a collision, or by the occupant's head and neck being snapped forward or backward. Can an accident cause a seat belt to break and cause injuries? In an accident, a safe and effective seat belt will be able to withstand the weight and forces of the wearer pushing against it. If a defective seat belt contributed to a crash victim's personal injuries, the product manufacturer may be held liable. How can I prevent a seat belt injury in a car accident? This includes wearing the seat belt correctly, with the lap belt low and snug across the hips and the shoulder belt across the chest and shoulder. The best protection from any seat belt injury is proper use of the seat belt and driving safely and defensively to avoid a car accident. Can you get compensation for seat belt injuries? As a victim of a car accident in Colorado, you may be able to recover compensation for your injuries from one or more at-fault parties. What is the statute of limitations to recover money for a seat belt injury in Colorado? In Colorado, you generally have 3 years from the date of your car accident to file a seat belt claim. Keep in mind that specific facts and circumstances in your case may require you to act more quickly to protect your right to pursue money damages. What should I do after a seat belt injury? If you or a loved one has been injured by a seat belt, it is important to seek medical attention as soon as possible. If you believe that your seat belt injury was caused by a defective seat belt or a vehicle defect, you may have legal options. It is important to speak with an experienced Denver car accident attorney to explore your options and determine the best course of action.